We're off to a good start, and we're continuing to go around the world today without leaving the state of Maine.
That's right, it's cheaper that way. This morning we're hitting Ireland. Well, we're going to Belfast, Maine, actually. Mike DeSumma is live at Weaver's Bakery for us. He joins us now with more. Hi, Mike.
Good morning again, guys. Already it's only about a little bit close to 6 a.m., but it's a really busy bake shop here in Belfast. Try saying that 5 times fast. We're going to go into the kitchen right now. We're already Gary Weaver here at Weaver's Bakery making one of their staple goods, some Bismarcks. This is one thing that people line up early in the morning just to get their hands on some fresh one-mades as they come out of the oven. These guys are here early every morning. And when you talk about, it's a lot of work to keep a bakery like this running, but when you really think about the history of the Belfast area, this whole place was really built on work. A lot of it was done by the Irish settlers when they first came to this area centuries ago. It may be far from the Emerald Isles, but it's hard not to feel the Irish spirit when you're walking the streets of Belfast, Maine.
And yes, we are named after Belfast in Ireland.
Megan Pinette is an expert on the Celtic roots of this city, from when the Scotch-Irish first settled here centuries ago. Traditional Scotsmen who originally came from Northern Ireland.
And they did come into Belfast in the spring of 1770. They purchased about 20,000 acres of land here for about, pennies an acre.
Once settled, they helped build the foundation for this stretch of the mid-coast, both on farming and...
They cleared the land for shipbuilding, and that was, Belfast's biggest, trade in the 19th century was shipbuilding and shipping.
And as the 19th century rolled on, that industry and others would bring in a new wave of Irish immigrants.
They saw this as the next big thing. This was going to be the area that was going to grow. They're working down on the wharves of Belfast Harbor. They're working as gardeners. These were the unskilled laborers. They were not afraid to work. They came here and they came with the idea of working, and they worked very, very hard.
Today, much of their work is still alive in the city, from architecture on Main Street to the First Church of Belfast. But while the area has become more diverse, some say the greatest gift this group passed on was a sense of grit.
I always like to think of these people being really tough people. They kept building and just kept going, and I think there's a little bit of that spirit, still left here.
Something this small city might be lucky to have. Certainly, a lot of legacy here in the Belfast area, a lot of work that went into building this city by many, many people who came before, and certainly a lot of work going on in the kitchen here behind us. And joining me now is Johnny Mailer, who's also live with me this morning here in Belfast. And Johnny, it's hard to get up this early, but when you smell that flavor in the kitchen, it really makes it kind of worthwhile.
Exactly. It's both the sights and the smell. We've been seeing the donuts being here made even before we got here, but we couldn't help but resist ourselves. We had to get our own donuts, so we're not bad. I'm not a big chocolate guy, but I can deal with these. These are good.
Yeah, coming up soon, Johnny's going to be talking to the guy making the donuts behind us, Gary Weaver. Right now, Sharon and Lee, we're going to take a little bit of a coffee break, so we'll see you back here in a little bit.
I can't pretend that I'm not jealous.